Graduates and guests, may we have your attention, please? Convocation is about to begin. If you have a mobile device or pager with you, please turn it off or silence it during the ceremony. Thank you for your attention and congratulations. If able, please rise.
We wish to acknowledge this land on which the University of Toronto operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional land of the Wendat Nation, the Seneca, and the Mississaugas of the Credit. Today, this meeting place is still the home to many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and we're grateful to have the opportunity to work on this land. We're also grateful to have the opportunity to celebrate the achievements of our scholars who graduate today. On their behalf, let us express gratitude for the support of their families and friends, and for the faculty and staff who have guided them in their pursuit of knowledge. Whatever our own traditions, let us reflect as we proceed through the convocation ceremony on the many years of effort, sacrifice, and success that have brought us to this time of celebration. One of my most important roles as Chancellor is to serve as chair of convocation ceremonies, conferring degrees upon our graduates, and celebrating their entry into the University of Toronto's distinguished alumni community, and I'm pleased to do so today. In Concilium Universitatis Torontinensis Vocatisumus. Graduates, please remain standing. All guests, please be seated.
Insignissime Cancelaria, presento tibi hosce scholaris, ud admentator ad grados varias, testorque eos quad omnia quae, statuta requirent aptos et idonius esse.
Ad perfectum huesque provinciae, huesque magnae patriae, et ad perfectum omnium notionum omnibus interis canentatum ego, ex autoritate mihi, et tote universitate commissa, admitto vas ad gratos varios. Quorum ora vobis do, et peto quoque ut omnia conficiatis, munera quae ad illos gratus pertinent.
Please be seated. My name is Melanie Wooden, and it's my great privilege to serve as the 17th President of the University of Toronto. Today, I have the additional privilege of assisting our Chancellor, Wes Hall, in conducting this convocation. The university is an institution with deep historical roots and many enduring traditions. Among those is our use of the language of the medieval university in conducting this convocation. For those in attendance who, like me, may be less than fluent in Latin, a translation may be helpful. For my part, I said, most distinguished Chancellor, I present to you these scholars, that they may be admitted to the various degrees, and I bear witness that, as far as all things which the statutes require, they are fit and suitable. Much more significantly from the standpoint of the graduating class, the Chancellor then replied, to the benefit of this province, this great country, and to the worldwide community of nations, I, by the authority vested in me and in the whole university, admit you to your various degrees, grant to you the rights, and ask of you the responsibilities of doing all those things which pertain to those degrees. And so, as my first order of business, I am delighted to salute you, the graduating classes of 2026 from Rotman Commerce. That's it, you're done. Warmest congratulations. I would also like to bid a very warm welcome to everyone who's joined us here this afternoon in historic Convocation Hall. Graduates, today the University of Toronto is formally recognizing your hard work, your accomplishments, your perseverance, and this milestone. Each of you, as a member of the graduating class, is joining an exceptional family of University of Toronto alumni. U of T has a global community of more than 720,000 alumni in 200 countries. They are the university's living legacy and our greatest ambassadors. U of T alumni serve in leadership roles in every corner of the globe and in every walk of life. They are prime ministers, justices, scholars, authors, community and business leaders, scientists, professionals of every description. Their endeavors have shaped the world we live in and how we understand that world. We have no doubt that the University of Toronto's high international standing can be attributed to generations of very dedicated and talented faculty and staff, but we also understand that this reputation has been built by our alumni, a group that now includes each and every one of you. So, to the graduating class, let me say thank you. Thank you for your many contributions to the university while you were a student, and thank you for what you will do as members of Canada's largest, and I believe most distinguished, alumni community. One more word of thanks is in order. I'm sure all graduates share a sense of gratitude to the friends and family members who have helped bring them to this special day. And I would ask that you join me and the platform party in thanking them with a vigorous round of applause. Let me continue with a request. One of the distinguishing features of our convocation is the graduates come forward to be individually recognized right here. You will then leave the stage following the red carpet, exit the door, and make a left. At that point, you're going to quietly re-enter the hall while your peers continue to be recognized. In that spirit, I encourage you to think of the very last person who will cross this stage. I believe that will be Ying Song Zuo. Could you please stand up, Ying? So everyone, remember Ying and return to your seats. It is now my privilege to introduce today's convocation speaker, Roman Dubček. Mr. Dubček is Deputy Chair in the Office of the CEO at CIBC, where he provides strategic advice and oversees key client and stakeholder relationships, drawing on more than 3 decades of leadership in capital markets. A dedicated community leader, he has contributed extensively to philanthropic and national initiatives, earning recognition for his service, including the King Charles III Coronation Medal. Please welcome Roman Dubček to the podium.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I was here 41 years ago, sitting where you are, and it's quite, if I may say, less intimidating sitting where you are than where I am, but I'll give it a go. And I'd like to also welcome the parents, friends, and family of all the grads, as well as the faculty at Rotman Commerce. It is a real honor to be with you on this special day, and thank you, President Wooden, for the introduction. Like I said, I sat where you are 41 years ago in this very hall, under this very dome, and candidly, I actually don't remember a lot of what happened that day. I remember my parents were exceptionally happy to be here, so this, for you parents, I'm sure you'll remember this, and please keep in mind that your parents are going to remember this as well. Completing the BCom at U of T didn't just educate me. It was a fantastic education, and it looks fantastic on a CV as you go through life. But it also toughened me up, and that mattered more to me, as it turns out, than anything on my transcript. And I am very, very grateful to have that. The world you're entering now, you're in it, is very, very real. It's no longer a simulation or a case study. It's competitive, demanding, it's very often unfair, generally unfair, and it moves very, very fast. But it's full of opportunity for people who are adaptable, resilient, and willing to work. For people with a BCom from U of T, for example, so congratulations. But before I go on, let it all soak in. Let this room soak in, and it's nice and peaceful and quiet. But one thing you got to keep in mind is there's a lot of noise out there today, and you know that. Headlines about disorder, decline, the world's a terrible place, and everything's going wrong. It's loud, it's constant, and through social media, it's even worse. And I can understand how that gets in your head. It gets in everybody's heads. But don't let it crowd out the reality of what is inside this hall right now. You did the work. You got yourself into and now out of one of the finest universities in the world, in one of the best countries on earth. And that isn't luck. It's a foundation most people on this planet will never have, and now it's yours. So hold these two ideas in your head at once. The world is a unsettled, tough place, but you are also extremely well positioned in it, and don't discount that reality. Every graduating class is convinced that it faces a uniquely uncertain moment. I'm guessing that yours feels it more sharply these days because of that one big issue, and that's the emergence of artificial intelligence. I'm not going to pretend to know where AI is going over the next 40 years. Nobody can do that. And I'm not going to pile another log on the fire, the AI fire that everyone gets booed at when they give convocation ceremonies all over the world. Not my job. But I do spend my professional life watching businesses adapt. I've been doing it for a long time. And here's what I see about AI. It's an extraordinarily powerful productivity tool. That's what it is. It'll reshape the economy, speed up decisions, erase routine tasks, find cures, and create entire new industries, as you all know. But I don't see your generations as victims of it, far from it. It's the exact opposite. You are the first true AI generation to enter the workforce. That is not a weakness, that is not a challenge, it is an edge that you have. My own class of 1985, yes, 1985, lived through a version of this. We were told globalization would hollow out countries like Canada, that the best careers were leaving, and that to win we'd have to leave too. I know that angst because I lived it. I was where you are right now. When I walked out of this hall upon graduation, the country was still climbing out of the worst recession since the Depression. Unemployment above 10%, let that sink in. Mortgages in the double digits, mine was 12%, I recall. And the verdict of the day was that Canada was finished. By all means, go work abroad. It's fantastic, it'll round you out, it's a great idea. And the experience is incalculable. But go because of the opportunity, not in flight from a doomsday scenario, because the story that we heard at the time, that was in our head, was wrong. I built a career here, you heard it. And Canada is still standing, and it's stronger than ever. The warning you're hearing today that AI will ruin your prospects, it's the same prophecy but in new clothes. Approach what comes with curiosity, perspective, and confidence, but do not be afraid. Everything I've said so far has been about change and great change. I want to leave you with some thoughts at the back half of my talk about what is not going to change, what hasn't changed, what was true in 1985, and it remains true today. In 1985, we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have email, we didn't have internet, and as you heard, we had employment in the double digits. But these things will all still probably be around in 2065. And if I'm right and optimistic, I think one of you will be standing here in 40 years, hopefully recycling these points I'm about to give you today, and you're welcome in advance. So, first, collect the range, collect experience and range before you collect titles. The pressure on you will be to specialize early. Resist it if you can. Think of the way you'd think about a portfolio. And you're the finance types, by the way. So don't consolidate your positions until you know what's working well. Stay diversified while you figure out what you're good at. Do the hard things. Take the assignment nobody wants. You have more moves in your first decade than you think. Spend them learning and not branding yourself. Second, go where you're going to hear the truth. The more successful you get, the nicer everyone acts towards you, and the worse the information about your performance actually becomes. Flattery is the most expensive thing you'll ever consume for free. Keep people around you who'll tell you when you're wrong. And then do the hard part, actually listen to them. If everything you hear feels good about yourself, you probably stop growing. Third, when things get chaotic, stop and ask, what is actually going on here? When everything's on fire, the instinct is to react to the noise. Don't do that. Take a breath and ask the most underrated question in business. What exactly, as I mentioned, is going on here? Strip out the panic and look at the facts. I made you do it earlier when I said soak in the room because of all the chaos in the world. What's actually going on here is a very good thing for you. And the people who actually learn to remain calm and do that, go through that exercise, they tend to succeed because they remain calm while everyone else is losing their heads. And it really is, if you're able to master that or at least practice it, is the biggest edge in business you'll have because the general populace tends to lose their minds when things go crazy. Fourth, learn to take a punch. I've now lived through 5 recessions, hard to believe. But every single one felt at the time like the end of the world, and every single one ended. Setbacks feel permanent in the moment, and almost none of them are. You'll get knocked down, a deal will die, someone you trusted lets you down, you get a lousy performance review. What matters is getting up afterwards and getting up a little faster each time. Good luck is usually closer than it feels. Do not give up because good luck is just around the corner, so if you quit too quickly, you may miss out on that. And finally, be kind and be true to yourself. Ambition and decency are not a trade-off. In my experience, many of the most successful people I've ever known were also amongst the kindest. And it wasn't a coincidence. The clearer you become about who you are, the easier the tough decisions in your life will become. That clarity takes time, and it's worth the wait. I may not remember who spoke in my convocation 41 years ago. Who's kidding? I don't remember who it was 41 years ago. But I do remember every single time someone was kind to me. And I remember who they are to this day. So 41 years passed very quickly, my friends. Like I said, I sat here four decades ago, hard to believe, uncertain and pretty impatient, actually, for the ceremony to end. So don't worry, it'll go faster than you think. And whatever I imagined was coming, the truth was actually both harder, but it was also better than I expected. I hope it's the same for you. You'll adapt exactly as every generation before you adapted to theirs. Now it's your turn. As Dr. Seuss would say, yes, there's a Dr. Seuss quote, the future is now yours. And congratulations to all of you. The future really is yours. I wish you success, happiness, good health, and fulfilling lives. Thank you for letting me speak today, and good luck.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the following candidates from Rotman Commerce who are being admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Omar Abdul Aziz. Yusra Adil. Adya Agarwal. Vanshika Agarwal. Alia Ahmed. Carolina Andonov. Korn Anutarasoti. Jevin Joe Ariel. Nikita Aurora. Adnan Rami Jahad Atwan. Nicholas Parkin Aoyang. Shivan Bajaj. Amrit Bal. Nina Jing Wen Bao. Sharik Bawa. Teresa Elizabeth Bellissimo. Carolyn Elizabeth Pamelia Bissonnette. Nadia Ava Bays. Amanda Naveta Bodram. Luca Robert Bozic. Mohammad Reza Bodwani. Murshid Kader. Tsai Jean Tong. Jeffrey Chai. Punakorn Chaipani Chapan. Asta Chakrapani. Pearl Ing Yu Chen. Francisco Sebastian Chavez Moya. Chu Yen Chen. Elaine Elin Chen. Hannah Chen. Kai Jua Chen. Kai Lin Chen. Marianne Chen. Xi Ying Chen. Xin Yi Chen. Chloe Chong. Ellie Chong. Yu Sin Cho. Hannah Chow. Nathan Korskaden. Kushi Sharad Dadlani. Rui Dai. Avin Day. Matthew Anthony Joseph Damarinas. Xiao Ke Deng. Paige Dimitropoulos. Christopher Yi Hong Ding. Xiao Hua Dong. Brandon Nicholas Doria. Broden Carson Drieger. Wen Chen Fang. Yu Qiao Fang. Falhada Mohammed Farah. Hope Elizabeth Frew. Marco Fuentes. Carson Fourneau. Sakshay Gandhi. Yuan Meng Gao. Udish Gerg. Arnav Goel. Gavin Ephraim Beach Goloski. Vincent Gao. Laura Gu. Wen Chong Gu. Zhen Guan. Yun Jia Guan. Zhi Xin Guan. Daniel Grubrenko. Cadence Gunther. Xiao Yu Guo. Xin Ruo Gu Guo. Jia Guo. Tushar Gupta. Brendan Han. Shaunak Handa. Mavis Howe. Abdullahi Abukar Hassan. Hao He. Shin Yi He. Nicholas Tristan Hendra. Hannah Riley Hewang. Michael Thomas Hickey. Dario Hilla. Isaac Chuk He Ho. Ji Ying Ho. Tu An Hong. Taylor Elise Hooper. William Matthew Horvath. Seru Ho. Dennis Zhu. Hugo Hu. Yi Fan Hua. Ziyue Hua. Elizabeth Huang. Kevin Jeffrey Huang. Lucas Shen Huang. Xu Xin Huang. Chung En Hung. Huda Issa. Seo Jun Jang. Qiao Qiao Jia. Jenny Jiang. Palnika Jubel. Avery Maria Caitlin College. Angad Singh Kapoor. Manya Kapoor. Afroz Karakamukarawa. Hasti Kargarfard. Sanjana Karkanas. Dua Kasim. Rohan Katyal. Izora Kayumova. Sarina Kalash. Julia Ann Kerrigan. Basma Khan. Ritaj Khan. Gia Kurana. Easton Roger Kirkpatrick. Isabel Clausen. Sophie Page Gwendolyn Klassen. Taya Nightingale. Aditya Kumar. Man Y. Caitlin Kwan. Riel Labyrinto. Alicia Lai. Lucia Lai. Claudia Eileen Lau Chen. Evan Lee. Hyo Bin Lee. Young Mo Lee. Eileen Lee. Albert Lee. Anna Yulin Lee. Han Shi Lee. Ivan Lee. Lok Hin Matthew Lee. Mei Shen Shelley Lee. Wendy Wen Lee. Yi Li Lee. Jenny Hui Chi Liang. K.C. Lim. Justine Lin. Martin Kane Ling. Chun Yu Liu. Felicia Xin Yuan Liu. Xu Xin Liu. Xiao Xu Liu. Yan Ji Liu. Yunzi Liu. Yi Tong Liu. Ze Yu Liu. Ryan Liu. Xin Tian Liu. Jia Yin Candice Luo. He Qing Ma. Ming Lu Ma. Rui Ma. Yu Ting Ma. Ha Thang Bing Mai. Rainbow Jating Mai. Bernice Alexandra Mack. Nikhil Makesh. Dhruv Mantri. Michael William Dernan McCollum. Spencer John Sebastian McCarty. Yu Chen Meng. Martina Josipa Mesic. Nicholas Gregory Mozetic. Lauren Elizabeth Mueller. Heather Angela Murphy. Nathan Mutuko Muthusi. Rana Muhammad Malhim Nadim. Hezkiel Todoputra Naibaho. Han Sam In. Alyssa Nguyen. Hiba Salman Nehal. Gurleen Nijar. Ashley Elizabeth No. Sarah Oberto Monasterios. Frank Ethan C. Ong. Vicky Viren Ong Pipata Nanakol. Amvi Patel. Donya Pervez. Fernando Daniel Prato Contrepa. Yu Hui Chen. Che Yuen Chin. Rayan Fahmi Rahman. Bidipta Roy Rai. Miles Ramsey. Ranessa Nandita Ramsingh. Arjun Rastogi. Muhammad Ryan. Ishika Rohatgi. Catherine Phyllis Rukosuyeva. Liza Salman. Mehtab Kaur Sandhu. Sean Santosh. Daniel Saraf. Arshia Saxena. Thomas Shear. Vedansh Shah. Aryaman Sharma. Andrew Shaw Lukovsky. Jin Heng Xu. Yi Jia Xu. Cheyenne Siddiqui. Zaidan Zia Siddiqui. Tanvir Singh Sani. Hina Singla. Kelly Suet Faye Situ. Grace Lee Song. Meghala Srinath. Nicholas Dimitri Stathopoulos. Aaron Yuen Long Su. Audit Sood. Jia Lu Sun. Drish Suri. Swan Tet Nang. Ali Tahir. Rizwan Tahmid. Joshua Zechang Simizma Tam. Leona Lin Yi Tan. Aisha Tanvir. Zibo Tao. Hilbert Tapia. Yue Kang William Teo. Suryavarman Thiagarajan. Thuginthan Thure. Ka Chun Tong. Yu Yan Tong. Julian Santo Torquia. Mavelyn Sharon Tsui. Morris Kunsan Tsui. Arya Wahal. Ethan E. Xiao Wang. Hannah Ching Lan Wang. Hao Ran Wong. Candice Wang. Yi Cheng Wang. Oriana Andriana Vankovic. Yuhan Wei. Bradley Samuel Wong. Emily Wu. Lu Yao Xiao. Yu Xiao. Lu Dan Xu. Estella Yingxin Xu. Andrea Mayumi Nagi Zakima. Kevin Jin Yang. Melody Yang. Lucy Yang. Shuhan Yang. Yen Yang. Jonathan Kun Ting Yao. Samantha Lokto Young. Wai Ching Young. Zihang Yo. Christian Thomas Yu. Shi Lin Yu. Zhuo Feng Yue. Stephen Yules. Sangha Annika Yun. Margaret Urek. Lucy Zhang. Fang Ming Zhang. Jiao Feng Zhang. Jing Qi Zhang. Jing Yuen Zhang. Ming Ke Zhang. Wen Qing Zhang. Wen Hao Zhang. Wu Yunhe Zhang. Ye Zi Zhang. Ying Ying Zhang. Jia Yi Zhao. Cherry Zhao. Ya Ni Zhao. Yulia Yixuan Zhao. Catherine Zheng. Qian Hong Hong Zhou. Xin Yi Zhou. Ijia Zhou. Bill Zhu. Daisy Zhu. Enming Zhuang. Ziya Zhong. Zichin Zhong. Rima Zubaidi. Vicky Zuo. Ying Cong Zuo.
Well done. On behalf of the University of Toronto, and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby admit all of those candidates not here present to their degrees in absentia.
As we conclude Convocation, I wish to thank all of you for your participation and your patience. To the families and friends and to those in the procession, let me say thank you. You have made this a more memorable event for each member of the graduating class. I would like to extend a very special thank you to Chancellor Wes Hall for presiding over today's ceremony. As this marks our final Convocation of the season, we are especially grateful for his extraordinary commitment and dedication in attending all 36 ceremonies. His steadfast presence and leadership have helped make each celebration meaningful for our graduates and their families. Wes, we are deeply grateful. Thank you. And I now invite the Chancellor to bring today's ceremony to a close.
So class of 2026, you have witnessed history, and you probably don't know why or how. But I can tell you something special happened, and your class will be able to brag for it for a very long time. Now, Emily Stowe was the first woman to be licensed to practice medicine in Canada. The first woman. Now, if you can, I would like the women graduates to just stand up for a second, if you can. Just stand up. Well done. So in the history of the University of Toronto, University College, which is actually the original of the University of Toronto, Emily Stowe applied in 1869 to take classes here at the University of Toronto. And the governors turned her down. And they had the president, McCall, give her the bad news that she was turned down. And Emily said to him, "One day, women will take classes at this university." And McCall said to her with some vehemence, "Not under my watch." Now, the history that you've witnessed is that we now have the first woman president to rule this university in 200 years. And since Emily Stowe proved McCall wrong, we've been graduating thousands of women every single convocation at this institution. So never let someone tell you what you cannot do. Prove them wrong like Emily did. Well done. You can sit down. So as I bring this convocation ceremony to a close on this year's special day, I hope we'll see you often in the years to come, and I invite you to stay connected. We'll be very interested in your journey. And I know you'll make an impact in whatever path you choose. Concilium dimissum est.